Hi everyone, this is James from Vanguard TV. I'm here to feature the second place deck list for the Asia Championships in Singapore the past weekend. So this deck plays an Aquaforce base with multiple clans added in it. So for my starter, not mine but his starter, so the second place starter, it has a skill of Forerunner and GB1. Combo plus 1 and move into the Soul. Give one unit ability where when it attacks the Vanguard, it may restand with extra 2k power. So this would either help to fulfill the 4th attack requirement of Lambros, or just to deal more attacks. Since you do run other clans that have skills where they're on hit, so being able to stand again and attack one more time gives you maybe a little bit more chance to maybe get the effect to go off, or really just to go for a final push if you need it. Next, the grade 3s, one Oz, one Big Berry and one Glory Maelstrom. So what Glory is here for is, since he does have the space in his grade 3 slots, he tagged in 2 of this, one of each. So what Glory Maelstrom here is for is the combo where you have the spinner behind it and limit 5 and you attack for 3 damage and your opponent can't guard for it. So he's just there for it, but he didn't manage to pull it off the whole game. It's SP by the way, so he didn't get to pull it off, but it's an option in this deck. Next he has Big Berry. So Big Berry, its skill is count plus 1, choose 2 units. When something strikes over it, choose 2 units and give them a 4k power, and ability where if in that column it attack for 20k or more, you get a draw 1. So since he does flood the field early game during his grade 2 turn, the turn that he strikes, he would have a sufficient amount of units to give the effect to. So he runs one for the ability, so just in case he is able to pull it off. So he runs this one copy of Big Berry, and he does have the space, so why not. Next, grade 3s, he runs 2 Savas. So Sava's skill is on the 4th attack for this turn, if something strikes over it, you can choose 3 units and your opponent choose one of them to retire. So it's not a perfect ability, but he runs it because he does run the Aquaforce strike cost, the one where if you searches for Savas. So what that does is it thins his deck for to have less grade 3 in his deck, or yeah, just thins his deck. Since thinning is always good, you get your higher chance of checking triggers and all that. That's why he runs the Savas, and he's able to pull off the 4th attack pretty easily for every turn. So this being able to retire 1 unit is always live. Lastly, his main grade 3 is Susano, the OTT Susano. It's 1 SP and 3 triple Rex. Okay, so what its ability is, Counter Blast 1, check the top 2 and add 1 to your hand, the other card goes to the bottom of the deck. So this is when your unit strikes over it, and since this is a strike deck, you're always going to be pulling off an effect. So the problem with Aquaforce recently is, if you are facing a deck that can do quick retiring, you have a hard time to maintain your hand size, since you have to replenish attackers every turn. So with that, Susano does solve a bit of that problem, being able to add 1 card to your hand with a choice of digging 2 cards deep. So he runs this to replenish his hand, since it practically just helps to and to counter the drawbacks of playing an Aquaforce base. So this is why he runs Susano. And also he does run the strike cost for OTT, so being able to search out this is good too. Next, the grade 2s, he runs 4 Starlight Violinist. So Starlight Violinist skill is on call or on write. Call blast 1, so blast 1, search for grade 2 and superior call it. So it doesn't matter which clan it is, so it's very good as long as it's not itself. So what this means, and it doesn't need a GB restriction. So what this means is that early game he's able to flood the field already for 1 card being able to plus himself for another card. So it's a very good combo. By early games he used this to call for the Narukami demon. So being able to put pressure, and the soul issue is not an issue, as he has many units that either go into soul or hunt him soul charge. When you run this, it's very good for tutoring whatever cards you need for that turn, and be it early game or whatever, this is always live. Next, the other grade 2s, he runs 4 Magnum Assaults. So this is the generic when it's boosted effect for Aquaforce. So when this is being boosted, you may counterblast 1 and stand here and give itself 2000 more power. So this is just to do more attacks to either fulfill Lambros' skill or just want to kill your opponent for small attacks. Or if you have Lambros skill on it, you have a 19k attacker and then 21 afterwards. So it gets bigger and bigger. So that's why he runs this. It's like, okay, you run this in every Arca Force deck, so Magnum Assaults. Next, the Great 3s he runs for the Narukami Demons. So these demons have a skill where on the rear card, it can only attack the Vanguard, and if it does hit the Vanguard, you may counterblast 1 and draw a card and bind a card from an opponent's drop zone. And it gains 3k as well. So it has an 11k attacker, doesn't need GB, so it means early game it already starts putting pressure on your opponent. And together with this card unit, most of the time he will use this power, this effect to give it onto this demon. So your demon attacks 2 times, so having an on-hit effect gives it a bit more of a threat. So you either don't want your opponent to draw 1, or you got both. If not, you take one of them and the opponent draw. So this also helps you to replenish hand size, to fix the hand size problem of Arca Force. So this complements really well with the whole Arca Force idea of having units to call and attack. So together with Violinist, your field is always perfect. You're able to tutor for any of these cards. But you do realize that all your grade 2s counterblast, so you need quite a few ways to unflip damage in this deck. One of the ways is by running new Kanzens. New perfect guards, he runs the Arca Force Kanzen. With this, he runs the risk of having to not be able to guard for against a DP player with a Laurel when he attacks the rear guard. However, he didn't face any, so it's lucky for him. Also, he didn't face any cross or whatever. So when unflip, so it fits the bill for him for the deck that needs to unflip damage as much as possible. So the next great ones are these girls. I don't know what the heck the names are called. The skill of GB1. If they're in the back row, they're able to attack, and if they do, they gain 3k. So with this ability, they are 9k attacker. They can snipe rear guards or whack vanguards if you have a draw trigger. So this would either help to fulfill Lambros' requirement of 4 attacks, or you can go out and snipe rear guards early game before you are able to strike Lambros. And also this is able to force out 10k guards if you do it right. You got the right cards on your field. So I'll show you later with the G zone. Next, the great ones. You run 2 one-offs. You run 2 of one of the new nectars on call, so blast to unflip, and one of the, I'm not sure whether it's still called Rubber Pangolin or is it taping something. I just call it Rubber Pangolin. So but this is on call, so blast 2 and unflip 2. So this is very good for unflipping. However, you might think that the soul conflicts with the violinist having to run 4 violinists. However, no problems with this, since you have 8 triggers that go into soul for additional effects. So this is no problem. This effect is GB1. On call, you get to give a unit ability where if for that turn if it attacks, including boosts, and the attack which is 20k or more, you do no need to hit any unit. You just need to unflip 1 and soul charge 1. So there's no need to hit or anything. It gives you free soul and free damage to use. He runs 1 off because he's able to tutor great ones in and out of the deck very well. So 1 of each is perfect. The last great ones are the strike cost guys. Runs 2 OTT to search out Susano and 2 Arca Force to search out Savas. This is a strike deck, so you really need to strike every turn. So he runs maximum number of strike things. So triggers 4 heal, because heal you need to heal to win. Next he runs 5 draw. So these are one of the units that go to the soul. This effect is if you can move her into the soul to give an Arca Force unit 3000 power. So the Arca Force unit of choice would usually be this girl, pumping her up to 12k and being able to hit the Vanguard. So this is what is used to pump up units for, and also sometimes he will pump it up onto what's his face? Magnum Assault, since she needs to target an Alpha Force unit. Most of the time it will mostly be the girl that attacks on the back. So 5 draw. Here's the 5 draw to maintain the hand size, and then 7 crits. 7. So these are the cards that go into the soul. This one is, if you have an Alpha Force Vanguard, you can move into the soul to unflip 1 damage. So even more unflipping in this deck. So damage control is very good in this deck. This gets to unflip damage and give you soul in case you need to unflip more that turn. Then he runs to the spinner. These are to combo with the Royal Maelstroms, and one of these random crit. He doesn't run through the spinner because he's afraid that he might need that 20k, that 5k to boost a unit up to 20k for the unflipping, or to draw with Quick Berry. So he does run one just out of the blue, just in case. So this is the main deck. Jason. So he runs 1 Fate Rider. Fate Rider is a really good first turn strike in extreme format, as it is able to tutor grade 1s in and out of the deck. So most of the times either he tutors grade 1s out, which would be these two, as both of these have on-call effects. So either he tutors them out by moving a trigger back to the deck, or he calls them from his hand, then after using the ability, he returns this for a more useful card on the field, which is a grade 2, either the Demon or the Magnum Assault. So this is very good synergy together with these two cards. So this gives you a wide variety of choices to tutor out of your deck, and either the send triggers back to the deck or what. So it fixes your field for that turn, or maybe it sets up a field for the next turn when you have your Lambros play. Next runs 1 Dark Superman. So his deck, it does multiple attacks. So if your opponent, if you're able to, you know that your opponent isn't able to guard for the turn, or you kind of know what his hand has, so you strike into this, shove a 8k or 9k, or if you have 11k into your soul paid cost, your opponent will have a very hard time guarding, especially with even this is a 10k guard. So especially if you have a starter, you shove it in for this unit, well, it's 15 each time. It's really hard to guard. So if this is it's a very situational card, but my friend who played the deck, he likes the situationality of the deck, as a lot of situational cards in his decks, but in real life he does face the situation, so having this as an option is very good. So these two, Chilling and the Aqua Force one, both have the ability of letting you to draw one. However, the Aqua Force one has a restriction where you need 4, you have 4th attack. So sometimes you might not want to trigger ability because you don't need to call, and sometimes you might have to call or not. If not, you just try to Chilling. However, Chilling needs to hit also, but it gets to check the top 2, so it gets to dig deeper for the card you need. Most of the times he would still be Fate Rider for the first, or unless he has like a perfect fail already, then he'll go into this 2. Or if you know he can finish it this turn, to Superman. Next, the most important ones, he has 4 Lambros, 4 SP Lambros, all SP, expensive stuff here. Lambro skill is, in attacks, you may G-Zone Persona. If there's 2 face up after you G-Zone Persona, you may stand 2 units and give them 10k each. So this combos extremely well with this onto the Demon, making it 21 for 3 attacks. Making it 21 onto Magnum Assault, or if desperate, onto this, making it 22 if you get the trigger into soul. So this is finisher for many decks in if it's the finisher, having to guard more than over 60k is really hard. And he has 2 turns of it, and doesn't need counter blast or anything, so it fits the bill very well. And they're all SP. Come on, SP, man. So this is the second place deck explanation, deck profile for Asia Championships. So thanks for watching.